What's up, everybody? It's Seth from Fowler Customs. This is your 5th episode of Sneakers Through Your Speakers, the live podcast we do every Wednesday at 8. This is a special version because it's on Tuesday, because me and Keon aren't available tomorrow night. But we've got I'm getting some feedback really fast. But today we've got Franchise Kicks with us, a very special guest. You guys know him. Clint, how you doing tonight, man?
Yeah, I'm getting some feedback.
I'm getting some feedback too. Give me 1 second. There we go. Are you able to hear me now?
There we go.
Cool.
I was hearing some feedback. Clint? I'm doing pretty good. My name is Clint. Franchise Kicks on YouTube. The oldest guy on YouTube doing shoes, I think, except for Jumpman Bostic.
Jumpman Bostic. Yeah, he's the man, definitely. So, what got you into YouTube? What got you into sneakers? Tell us your sort of backstory.
36, be 37 June 10th, close to 40. Backstory on sneakers. Got my first pair of actual sneakers. Would have been back in like 1988. When I was 8 years old, I got the black cement 3s, which back then was a pretty big deal.
Yeah.
I think I was like a size 7 or 8 back then, which now I'm a 13, so it's like baby foot for me back then.
Man size 13.
Man size 13. And that started my sneaker kind of love when I've been like, maybe 3rd, 4th grade. And then I remember having the Jordan 5 Fire Reds with the black tongue. Then I dabbled a little bit, like I had the Shack Attack 1s, then the
nice.
Grant Hill, the Fila 1s, which were the worst shoe ever made in the history of man.
Why is
Those
that?
things, they fell apart so quickly.
Yeah.
They came out when I was a freshman in high school. And as a freshman, you get to take gym. And and that shoe fell apart in like 2 months. Stitching came loose. Toe box started separating. Worst shoe ever. And evolved. I had the Air up-tempo ones, the black and white ones with the air on the side.
Nice.
Like sophomore in high school, maybe junior. And I love that shoe. And
that's gorgeous.
Kept buying shoes. Air Jordan 11 Concords came out when I was like 16, I think. And that's my favorite shoe of all time.
They're gorgeous. How many pairs of those do you have?
Of 11s?
Mm-hmm.
Or just Concords?
The 11 Concords.
3 pairs.
Wow. Different years?
No, they're all the 2011 pair.
Nice.
Yeah. I got 1 I wear, then 2 that are DS, which I'll probably never sell them because that's my shoe, you know?
Right.
But yeah, that's actually one thing about me is I don't keep old shoes. Like oldest shoe in my collection's 2010 Cool Grays, I think. The Cool Gray 11s. I think that's the oldest shoe, possibly.
Nice.
Because like once they're like 8 years old, you can't wear them anymore. Like they start falling apart. The sole separates, and if I can't wear them, I don't want them. And but
so you don't have any of those like crumbling shoes in cases in your collection at
no,
all? I know a bunch of
I don't have any of them, man. None.
I know a couple of people that have those, and you've got to respect it because they don't look great, but you know, it's a classic shoe, and it's more about the idea of the shoe itself and the actual shoe at that point, you know?
Oh yeah. I mean, it'd be kind of cool to take an original, let's say black cement 3 that's crumbled beyond belief, sole swap it, and to make it pretty much wearable at one point or at some point, but in my mind, you know, you can buy it from 2000 and when did it come out? 2011 last time, I think. We could just buy the retro but I'm not the kind of person who holds on to shoes for 10 years because I don't see the point. I'd rather just keep shoes that I could actually wear, and if I want to sell them because I'm tired of them, they're not made in 2002 where I have to say, well, you can buy these, but buyer beware, they might crumble your first time you wear them, you know.
That always gets me when I see those on eBay listings. It's crazy. Oh, man. So what would you say is the oldest shoe in your collection right now?
Oh, it was the 2010, the Jordan 11 Cool Grays.
The Cool Grays? Very cool. Very cool.
That'd be as far as I can remember, or actually, that Soul Steel's one I just got. The Air Force 2s, actually.
Nice.
Would be the oldest shoe. I don't want them. I'm actually going to sell them or give them away, but it's not really in the collection, no. But in the collection would be the Cool Grays.
Very cool. And actually, you bring up Soul Steals, and I don't know if anybody in the comments knows about Soul Steals, but can you tell us sort of what that is?
Soul Steals. Okay, first of all, I'm not sponsored by them. I have nothing. I mean, I'm just a fan of Soul Supremacy,
Right.
which is based out of, I think, San Francisco area. I buy a lot of shoes through them. Not sponsored. I'm just a huge fan. And the soulsteals.com is owned by Soul Supremacy, where I think they sell older stock shoes with small problems like maybe tried on once,
Right.
or the leather's inconsistent, where you can get some hell of a steals on soulsteals.com.
Nice.
And I advocate for them for free because I'm a fan of them. So
very cool.
That's Soul Steals. Check it out.
It looks like
I'm not paid.
Well, maybe you should be. Maybe we should get them to pay you for that. It looks like we got Keon in the chat finally. How's it going, man? The co-host, or what should I say, the main host of Sneakers Theory Speakers. How you doing, man? Are you? Oh man, it looks like he might be glitched out again. I'm sorry, guys. Keon's having some computer troubles, but we'll get that worked out. He'll be here eventually. Don't you guys worry. So I guess the main topic of today's discussion, and I mean, it seems to be like something that you've had to deal with a lot in the past. Like I know I mentioned to you before the chat that we were talking about the pair of LeBron IDs that you got. It was like your first video that you posted in Sneaker YouTube. How do you feel about sort of fake sneakers in general, and how do you avoid scamming?
Let's see. Let's start with how do I feel about fake sneakers in general.
Right.
It doesn't matter if it's UA, perfect, super perfect, 1-to-1 quality, replica, 98%ers, it's all fake. And some materials are very, very, very close. Some are light years off.
Right.
And I'm against fakes. I don't buy fakes. I don't own fakes. And like me personally, how would I feel if, let's say, I go off through eBay and buy a pair of, let's say, turtle doves for $2,000 because the buyer says, I got a receipt, I got the box, and I get them, and they're perfect.
Right.
But then, let's say I look a little bit closer, and they're just so close that you can't tell, and then I just wasted $2,000 on a pair of fake shoes. So some of the fakes are getting so good that they can trick a person with a lot of knowledge and background and waste a lot of money. So in my view, fakes need to stay out of the sneaker world.
Totally agree with you.
That's my view on fake. You know, but if you want to rock fakes because you can't afford to say the zebras or the turtle doves, rock them. You know, if that's what you want, because there's some that look like them, feel like them, that you can't tell a difference.
If it looks like a dog, if it barks like a dog, then it's a dog, sort of thing.
Yeah, I mean, but if you want, you know, fakes, and if that's what you want, that's fine. That's your opinion. My opinion.
Yeah. As long as they don't try and pass them off as real and sell them to somebody else, I don't really care. That's my opinion. One thing, you've put out a lot of videos about how to compare comparing fake Yeezys to real Yeezys and sort of different ways.
I'm hearing a lot of feedback.
Let's see. Keon, is that you? Are you in with us? Let's see. Is it sounding any better, Clint? Or is it still a little feedbacky?
Is it good?
Yeah.
Okay.
It sounds fine on my end. How does it sound in the comments, guys?
I was hearing like the video like 3 times, like at different points.
Did you turn off the do you have a window up with the chat in it?
Oh,
okay.
I did to start with, but I turned it off because it was like lagging bad, so I just exit out. But I was just hearing like myself talk about 2002 with something.
Right. Fair enough.
I was like, hold on a minute.
Sorry, guys. Technical difficulties. We've been having some issues tonight. I'm not sure what the deal is, but unfortunately, that's what happens when you're posting things live online. That's just the nature of the beast. But back into what we were talking about, what would you say are some surefire ways to sort of determine whether your new Yeezy V2s are real or fake, or is there a surefire ways? I mean, are you kind of in the dark when you
surefire ways? I mean, the only surefire ways, I mean, honestly, is you walking in to Finish Line, Champs, Foot Locker, Foot Action, chic, whatever, and actually giving them your credit card, your debit card, cash, and walking out, or logging on to the .com Nike or Nike or Adidas or Foot Locker or Finish Line yourself and knowing that you're buying it from the source. That's the telltale way to know 100% your shoes are authentic. But if you have to pay the resale, that's where it gets trickier, because certain websites I trust, certain websites I don't trust.
Right.
Like, I trust Soul Supremacy and Flight Club, Urban Necessities. It's places that I've personally bought from, and I trust because I've been a customer, number one, because I won't vouch for a website or talk about a website until I personally have bought from them and had first-hand experience of what they sell, And like I trust StockX. If you follow me on Twitter and on YouTube, I'm not a fan of the GOAT app. It's pretty obvious.
Yep.
I don't buy from GOAT.
1 second. It looks like we're losing you a little bit. Let me see if I can find a way to get this working a little bit better. Okay. So you were saying that if you follow you on Twitter, you're not a fan of the GOAT app.
Yes.
Is that because they've sent you fakes in the past, or?
Oh, I was reached out to a couple of people through Twitter a month or two ago now, wanted me to legit check pairs that they bought from GOAT.
Right.
And it's a no-go. And there was another guy who got a pair of Human Races that were such obvious fakes. It was laughable. And this guy is legit, like, he's known in the world of sneaker Twitter.
Right.
And it was such a fake pair of Human Races that is almost laughable.
It was the yellow pair, right? Or was it the orange pair?
I don't remember. I have pictures saved on my computer for the video that I made about it. But but they were just laughably fake.
Right. As if they hadn't even checked the shoes when they got them in, sort of thing, right? Yeah.
And of course, then I did a video myself about GOAT because people kind of were mad that I was bad mouthing GOAT. I don't know why, So I bought a pair, and I bought a pair of Ultra Boost 3.0 Trace Cargos.
Right.
And I got them in, and it was not staged. It was not set up. You saw me unbox the actual box live on camera, and the back of the shoe had like a Sharpie line on it.
What?
And I guess that was common for that shoe, though, because I guess it had to do with Adidas whenever they attached the upper to the sole of it. The Sharpie line was, I guess, like the lineup point or something, where they would like line it up or something like that, where a lot of pairs got out with the Sharpie line on the back of the shoe that was like too high from where they should have placed the shoe. So technically it was a factory flaw.
Right. And
GOAT should have,
at least
whenever they received the shoes, they should have said factory flaw, but they didn't. And of course I caught hell for that because, you staged that. I was accused. They said, you marked it up yourself. You did that. It's like, no, I did not damage my own shoe, which I actually kept. And actually, it was warm a couple of days ago when my wife and I went to a wine tasting.
Right.
I'm like, you know what? Trace Cargo time. I broke them out with the Sharpie mark.
Right.
So that's why I'm not a fan of GOAT app.
But you do like StockX.
StockX I purchased from one time, the Royal ones.
Oh, nice.
And the pair that I got, you know how the leather on those were pretty inconsistent at times.
Right.
From pictures I've seen.
On some of the pairs that I have, yeah.
And I luckily got a pair from StockX where the leather is tumbled and beautiful. So
that's awesome.
Very happy I got that.
That's awesome.
You guys hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you. Oh, Keon, you're here. You're with us.
Yes.
This is great.
Thank you.
Oh, man. So it looks like we've got all the technical difficulties worked out. Keon, just to fill you in on where we're at, we're talking about fakes and scamming and things like that. Clint was telling us about some of his bad experiences with the GOAT app and how he's been catching some crap from viewers, which I think, to be honest, you can't really do anything on the internet without getting some sort of kickback. It's kind of like.
Wait, you've had difficulties with
GOAT? Oh yeah.
I was gonna try for GOAT. I ordered from StockX not too long ago actually, and it was fine. But yo, Seth, you drinking a Four Loko?
No, I wish. No, it's just a NOS energy.
Oh, dude, I was like, damn, turn up on a Tuesday.
No, I go hard, dude.
What is
Yingling.
that?
Oh, see, that's.
Yingling.
I should
Turn
be
it up
drinking
on a
beer in these
Tuesday.
podcasts. Why am I not doing that?
It's a man beer.
Oh, Keon, is your chat on one of the windows? I think we can hear it.
Oh, no, it's muted.
Echo. Okay, cool. All
right. I'm sorry to interrupt. Continue. I'm sorry.
Oh, no problem.
My computer was
so
pissing me off.
So just for the viewers, if you could sort of run over that whole LeBron eBay situation that you had a couple years back, because that's actually what got me into your channel in the first place. I saw that video and I was like, this guy's awesome. I'm gonna subscribe, and I never looked back from there. So what went down with that pair?
What happened? That was back in, I think, October of 2014, if I remember correctly. And back then, I wasn't really on YouTube yet. I would upload maybe like once every month or two. Like, I wasn't like a YouTuber yet.
Right.
And I purchased a pair of LeBron 11 IDs off eBay from a seller.
Right.
And got them for a really good price. They're supposed to be dead stock. I received them. They came in the wrong box. They were used. And do you care if I cuss on your live feed or not?
No, go for it. No problem.
And there was shit on the bottom of the shoe. Literally.
Actual shit? Like
there was
like
shit. like dude stepped in some cat shit before he boxed them up and sent them to me.
Dude.
So
wow.
So I was pissed. I got them for a good price, and I wanted them because the colorway was sick on them.
Right.
So I emailed the guy. I was like, hey, what's up with this? And it just turned sour. Had to do a PayPal chargeback. But
did you keep the shoes in the end, or did you return them?
I returned them to him because I didn't want to pair that. I had to clean off shit.
Did you return it with the shit?
Yes, I did.
You damn right. You
with
damn
shit.
right. With the shit.
I can't remember if I did anything else to him or not. I don't know. I can't remember. Let's say if I threw a little, fish in there or something, for shipment purposes. I can't remember. I probably did something. But that was what started my YouTube career. Not career, but my YouTube fascination.
Career. Yeah.
Was that video, and the feedback I got on it was like 50-50. A lot of people thought I was stupid because they're like, man, you got it for a good price. Just take him and suck it up. Some people were like, there was shit on the shoe. He should have to accept that. And that's what started it. So after that, about once a month or so, I would upload a video if I bought a new pair of shoes or if I had a rant to go on about something. And that video is pretty much what caught the bug for me, which actually, I guess down to 250-some thousand views since I put it up. And it's like my number 2 video, I think, of all time, or 3. So, I mean, people still watch that from time to time. I don't know why. It's so old, but it's still watched, I guess. And that's actually back still when I shot videos. I wouldn't show my face or anything. It was just like camera on the shoe, You know how like most
everybody starts off like that. Yeah, everybody starts off. No, you don't show yourself.
Oh, you never show your face or anything. It's like you're insecure, I think, Yep. So
that's totally what it is. 100%. I started doing. I started my sneaker channel about a year ago, and it's basically the same format I do now, except for me, I sort of got over that hurdle like years ago because I used to make these stupid skits and sketches and stuff whenever I was like, I don't know, 14, 15, or no, that's a lie. 2006, however old I was in 2006, and whenever YouTube first came out, and then there was a period of just like 6 years where I didn't do anything, and then it came back with sneaker YouTube. So, but there's 100% that sort of like initial fear of sort of putting yourself out there on the internet.
Oh yeah.
Definitely. Oh, so
J473. Yeah, J473. Shout out to you. The Celtics, they're playing tonight. Yo, shout out to them for busting off that win. No sweep, no brooms here, baby.
So, Clint, have you been following the series at all?
I've been following, the LeBron SmackDown until Game 3. Yeah, I was following it.
The LeBron SmackDown.
Man, those first 2 games were just insane, especially Game 2 was sick as hell.
Yeah, it was.
You mean sickening? Yeah, I can agree.
I don't know if you know Clint, but Keon is from Boston, and he's a ride or die Celtics fan, unfortunately. So.
It was Larry Bird and downhill for you guys.
Yeah.
And then you got KG, and then went downhill.
Come on, we had the big three. Man. We had the big three.
Well, it's the light three. Let's call them.
Oh, the light three.
The light three.
Oh man,
the hate is real.
There's only one big three. That's Jordan, Pippen, and Horace Grant. Version 1, version 2, Jordan, Pippen, and Dennis Rodman. There's only 2 big threes, in my opinion, because I'm older.
Well, here's a question, because you did watch a majority of Jordan's games.
Yes.
Who do you think is the greatest of all time, LeBron or Jordan?
Jordan.
Think so?
Hands down.
What's the reasoning for it?
It depends on what generation, if you ask me, honestly. Because I feel like new generation. Well, I think LeBron is even more so third generation, because what about Kobe? You guys don't think Kobe fits in there?
Kobe,
somewhere?
yep.
You know what I mean? So I feel like it was Jordan, Kobe, then LeBron.
I don't know. So Clint, you're saying Jordan? No question?
Oh, Clint disappeared. I'm sorry. Look.
Oh.
Are we back? Sweet.
Okay. I think my Wi-Fi just crapped out for a second.
It's all good. Oh, Sneaker Files in the comments said those are the only big 3. Those 2 sets are the only big 3. Looks like we got another
version 1, version 2.
Come on, man. Come on, Sneaker Files, man. You're supposed to be on my side.
Oh man.
Can I get some moral support?
Hey, you know what? You've got Ray Ray on your side. I think that's fine. Who else?
Yeah.
Yo Auntie too.
Ray. Yeah. Ray Ray, Yo Auntie. Eddie Wynn, he better.
Eddie Wynn. Oh man. Okay, well, why don't Dub? Do you want to take it from here and move on to the next topic?
Where are we at?
We just finished up the actually, you know what? Okay. Now, this is something a couple people in the comments were just asking, and I don't want to make this a whole big thing because I really don't want to step on Gloves Off's toes at all, because I really enjoy their podcast. And if you guys haven't seen the video where they talk to Scoop, you guys need to check that out. Both Bull and Tony D are awesome dudes. Seriously, this is nothing like I'm not trying to step on any of their toes, but a couple people in the comments, John and who else? Someone else. We're just asking sort of just a really quick take on the whole Scoop fiasco from you, Clint. Do you have anything to
for me?
Yeah.
Oh, look at
I've done 3.
Ready. He's ready.
I mean,
look at the smile.
You see, so I did a part 1, 2, and 3 on Scoop. I pretty much said what I had to say, show what people came to me asking for help because they were getting no help from anybody on their end. And I was asked to use my platform on YouTube or Twitter to help out some people. And I let it go for 2 or 3 days. And I finally was like, man, this is wrong. I got to say something. Because if it was me,
yeah,
if I was just a guy who didn't have the ability to make a video on YouTube and say this is what's going on, I would hope that somebody would step up for me and help. So made a video, put out some information, and it blew up, kind of. Which it blew up in a good way because the scamming stopped immediately.
Right.
It got exposed
down and
it stopped.
Yeah.
And it stopped.
Do you think Brody and Scoop are the same person, or do you think Scoop just knows Brody? Like, what's your take on that?
I don't think they're the same person.
Me either.
There's been people who have commented that I'm the person who actually said that. No. If you watch my videos, I never said Scoop was Brody Trump.
Right.
I never said that.
Didn't you say you draw your own conclusions? Was your exact phrase?
Yeah. I probably was. It sounds kind of, but I don't think he was Brody Trump. Yeah. I do think Brody Trump is the other guy that scammed in the Facebook group first. I'm drawing a blank. But
I don't remember his name either.
More than likely, 99% chance it's the same person that scammed twice in the same Facebook group that came back a second time to get seconds.
Right.
And so my thoughts on the whole Scoop thing is it got exposed, it got stopped.
Right.
Scoop took some responsibility, which was good.
Yeah.
I think most people have gotten back what they lost, from what I understand.
That's great. Yeah.
And Yeah, I don't know what else you really want to know without
Yeah.
pretty much doing a part 4 live, you know.
No, exactly. No, true. And honestly, the way that I think about, I don't really have too much of an opinion on it, because honestly, what I heard was, I watched your videos, and then I read some of the comments and listened to the Gloves Off podcast. It really seems like Scoop may have had an idea what was going on, but I don't think he was the bad guy. And it's good that he took responsibility. I think that was important for him to do, because he would have lost his credibility. And I think he learned from it, because I think both his sub count and his general, like, the people who look up to him, it kind of took him down a couple notches, which kind of sucks for him. But because he didn't totally, like, he wasn't completely, not at fault, something like that's going to happen. So, but it is what it is. Yeah. So why don't we move on to some of the new Jordans coming out, or some of the new sneakers coming out in our What do you think about what do you think about section of the podcast? Dub, you want to start us off with the first shoe?
Yes, sir. Because when I saw the pictures of these, I was like, it was interesting. I guess these are called the Air Jordan 2 Deconstructed, or the
pull them
Air
up
Jordan
for you
2
guys.
Decon. And I just want to know what you guys think about these shoes. Apparently, they're going to come in a couple of different colorways too.
I think it's like a yellow, a teal, and a purple.
Yeah. I was gonna say navy blue, but yeah, you could be right. You sound about right.
Oh yeah, there is a light blue color. Clint, have you seen these?
I just saw pictures of them. I think it was yesterday for the first time, and I don't. It's not for me.
Nah.
What
you like about them?
I can't pull off a teal blue shoe or a yellow shoe. I can't pull that off. Hell no.
They're hard
time,
colors,
man. Come on, throw on some light blue jeans.
and a pair of purple shoes. No.
I'm wondering why DJ Khaled's coming up when I typed in Jordan 2 Deconstructed. Oh, you know what? He's rocking them. That's why.
You already know. Khaled got the key, so he got them.
The keys to success.
See, but those don't look good on feet.
Pick a
no,
picture
they don't.
We can blow up so we can see.
Let's see. View image. Here we go. There we go.
That looks terrible on feet. That's just my personal opinion. Oh my God, no. I mean, let's say if I was 6 years old and I was wearing my, kitty shorts and my cutoff T-shirt that showed my stomach like back in the 80s. Hell yeah, I'd wear that pair of shoes. But at age 36, nah. I'm kind of good on those.
I gotta say though, the colors are a little weird for me, but the actual
picture.
What's up? Yeah, I don't actually mind the blue one. Like you said, I don't think I could wear it with anything, but overall, like as a shoe, I actually don't mind it too much. I wouldn't buy it.
The yellows aren't terrible. Like they kind of look like a pair of light shaded Timbs or something. Like,
are those leather or fabric? I wonder.
That's what I was trying to figure out. They're called deconstructed, so I'm not 100% sure what the material is made out of. Like it looks like canvas.
The deconstructed ones were canvas, I think. I don't think these are, because it looks like they've got some sort of like more suede like material, but I'm sure it's like a thinner, like
it's like a canvas and suede from what I'm looking at.
I think that's probably what it is. I don't think the Jordan 2 is like a great looking model. I think a lot of people would agree with me on that.
Yeah.
But I don't think the Jordan 2 is a great looking model in general.
Fun fact,
not the best, but
Jordan 2
2
was the very first pair of Jordans I ever had. The white and red Jordan 2 low.
Nice. Clint, what was your first pair of Jordans?
Black cement 3s back in 1988.
Very cool.
The year before I was born. Wow.
When I was 8. Long time ago.
How you feel about them, Seth?
I don't mind them. They're not bad. The maroon one's not terrible.
Wait, click that. Let me see that.
Yeah, it's not terrible. It's just not something I could rock. The more I look at them, the less I like them. I really thought that I was gonna open that image and be like, "Oh, they're dope," but no, they're not. I can't feel them.
I'd rock them. I'd rock the purple ones the most, probably.
They look like Vans half cabs. A little bit.
See, now when you say it like that, it's like, oh, maybe I gotta grab them.
But I'd much rather have a pair of Vans half cabs than I would.
Oh, you know what? I only had 2 shoes, and that could be my 3rd shoe. I know none of you guys really mess with Vans like that, but dude, Jerry Lorenzo has these half cab. No, they're not half cabs. I'm sorry. They're Mountain Edition Pros. Jerry Lorenzo. Look.
The Jerry Lorenzo. The Vans half cab was my favorite Vans shoe when I was working at the store because it was just so comfortable. What the Vans Jerry Lorenzo's you were saying?
Yeah, Mountain Edition Pro. That's gonna bring up the authentics, I'm sure. Yeah, I told you.
We got Mountain Edition Pro. Clint, do you rock with Vans at all or not so much?
I had one pair of Vans back in 1999, 98 when I was in college.
I asked you a question. Why is it that you remember the exact date of everything?
I don't know. Well,
back in 1476.
Well, I'm kind of like a history buff where growing up, I enjoy to learn about history and names and dates and places. So it's always been my thing to remember like the year or the month. I've always been that way. Like the first time I tasted Popeye's chicken.
Do you remember that?
2012.
Oh my God!
In Georgia, at the airport there in Atlanta. First time I had the Popeyes was there, and it was the greatest thing ever in terms of chicken. Ever since then, I don't touch KFC. No, it's only Popeyes.
You don't go to nothing else. I feel you, brother. Yeah. I feel you.
I had Popeyes today, actually. There's one right next to my office in Chinatown. It sucks. It's actually the worst Popeyes I've been to, but it's still Popeyes.
I gotta drive almost 20 minutes to the closest Popeyes, man. Yeah.
We've actually from Sneaker Poly 23. We've been getting a couple questions about the. Have you guys seen the maroon Airmore up tempos? What do you guys think about those?
Yes, I did see those actually. Like, I just feel like the Airmore up tempos are just like a super bulky shoe for me. But I do think it's dope. Like, I like it. I do like it. But me personally, I don't think I could wear them or pull them off.
Have you seen them, Clint, at all?
Big no for me. It's a big no. It's the Air up tempo should stay, in my opinion, Bulls colors. When you go off to maroons and no.
You prefer the OG, right?
The OGs, man. The OGs or ones that came out like last month, the ones that were black and red with the patent leather look to them. Like those were dope as hell. Yeah, and it kind of had that Bulls theme to it. But yeah, like those on screen right now, I can't. I can't rock with those.
I dig them. I just can't. I wish because I wear a size 11, so those things they look like boats on me. Like I could, walk across the Mississippi with those things.
I'm gonna be honest. I don't really like the Airmore up tempo at all as a silhouette, but those look pretty fresh. I've got to be honest.
I like the silhouette. I don't know. Like, and I like. Yeah, I mess with them. I just can't rock them myself, which is unfortunate.
Easy pass.
Yeah.
Easy.
Fair enough.
But the all white ones that are coming out, I think the 26th.
Yeah.
Those I'll probably get because, because the white that could be a Bulls cutaway, back in 1996 it could have been.
Right.
And they look nice as in all white because they came out in that all white with the gum sole a couple years ago. Mm-hmm. And I passed on them because I don't like gum soles. I'm probably the only person who doesn't, but I don't like the look of gum soles. I don't like it.
Right.
Fair enough. I love gum soles. I like the way they look. I hate that they squeak. I can't deal with squeaky shoes, man. And it seems like almost every pair of gum sole shoes, they squeak as you walk.
Well, Dub, do we have any more sneakers on the list?
Yes, we have next the Adidas 350 V2 semi-frozen, aka the Crying SpongeBob.
Crying SpongeBob. Let me see if I can pull them up.
You wear Yeezys franchise?
Yeah, I've got like 8 or 9 pairs.
Oh, wow. I didn't realize it was that.
There's no big deal. Okay, yeah.
Well, with the double ups, it's more than that. With my double.
It's more than that. Get the hell out of here,
dude.
Jesus.
Only got about 40 pairs.
Yeah, no big deal.
Got the quads for some. No big deal.
Do you have all the V1s?
I did, but I sold the tans and the moon rocks.
Oh, nice.
Prices got too high on them. I wasn't a huge the tans I thought were just ugly.
Really?
So I didn't really mind to let those go. But the moon rocks I loved. I missed them about once a month, but the money that they sold for, I don't miss them.
You got a picture for Fowler?
Yeah, I do. I'm gonna share the screen right now. These guys.
How do you feel about them?
According to Yeezy Mafia, they're dropping around December or November.
I'll buy him. I won't keep him though. I'll sell him.
Yeah.
I don't like him.
That's
I don't
funny.
like
I would have said the exact same thing. I cannot get behind that colorway. I think I don't like it.
Is that like a light blue on there? It looks like.
Yep.
It's like ice blue zebra kind of with the orange supply sign on it, aka. Hold on, let me see if I can find it. Yeah, but I'm biased because, as we all know, I can't mess with the Yeezy V2 model.
Oh yeah, so Clint, I don't know if you know, but Keon got the V2 the triple white pair or the creams, and he did a live unboxing on camera and was less than less than impressed.
Really?
Yeah.
I love them. I think they're a great shoe. I think they're awesome.
I haven't bought him yet.
You haven't got him yet?
No, I mean, I saw him in hand last weekend, and I wasn't really that impressed with just the all white on white on white on white with the color of piss on the sole.
Yeah, that was weird that they did that.
If I can get them for cheap, like $400 for a size 13,
right?
Anybody out there, wants to sell, I'll pick them up, but I don't really want them that bad. I'll wait for something else.
Can you guys see my screen?
Talking to the mic, Dublin, it'll put it as a big screen.
This is what I mean when I call those Yeezys the crying SpongeBobs, because this is what they look like right here.
That was an actual comment in the Yeezy Mafia thread, wasn't it?
Yeah,
that's great.
That's where I got it from.
It's great.
Too funny.
Honestly, that's a shoe that I would think is fake. It would never cross my mind that would ever release. But Yeezy Mafia, as much as I don't love the way they treat some people, they're usually right.
So, treat some people? What do you mean?
They're just. I mean, dude, the thing is with sneaker Twitter, you can be assholes to people, and it is what it is,
Yeah.
But
I've actually had a question. Like, if anybody knows, probably not. But why don't they just put the pattern of the V1 on the V2s or something similar?
Oh, we was literally
just
talking about on our last podcast.
Because the pattern on the V1 is so recognizable. It's just a beautiful look. And so why don't they just do a turtle dove V2 or something on the V2s? I don't understand. Why don't they do that? Why that stupid stripe every single time?
Yep.
I don't know. No answer.
No, it's true. And that was actually in our last podcast we did with FaZe Sensor. He said almost exactly that. He's like, I really like the way the V2 looks as a silhouette, which I think it's the same thing that I sort of feel with it. I love the V2 as a silhouette, but it needs that pattern. It needs that really cool glitch thing going on, because the swirls aren't really doing it for me, especially with that stripe. I can't get behind the stripe.
They just need to retro the V1 model so that I have the opportunity to get a pair, and then I feel like the rest of the world will be happy.
Oh
That's
yeah,
how peace happens. That's just my opinion on the matter. You want to create world peace? Let me get a pair of V1s.
Oh my goodness.
I bet they will eventually. I bet they will. I mean, it's too profitable for them not to down the line eventually.
I agree.
Too profitable. Change them up just a little bit, to make them different, but still the same shoe. Kind of like the Pirate Black, the 2015 to the 2016s. How the inner by the ankle, they put more pad in it, and something else. They just changes just a little bit. Where it was the same shoe but a little bit different.
Even the style code was changed because of those slight little changes.
I tried on both the V1s, and I actually owned a pair of the V2s, and I just like the feel of the V2, or not the V2, I'm sorry, the 2016s versus the 2015s. I tried on the 15s, and I owned a pair of the 16s, and the 16s were, I would say that they were noticeably more comfortable. Like, it wasn't a night and day, but it was noticeable, for me at least.
As of right now, I still very much like the V1 model, and I want a pair of those.
Oh, they're great. They're my favorites.
Yeah.
Still like. What did you think of the Calabasas? Not the runner, but what was the one that just dropped? The Reebok that just dropped.
The Power Phase.
Man.
The Power Phase. Yeah.
Why are people paying more than like $50 for that shoe?
doesn't make sense.
It's crazy. I don't know I don't know it personally if anybody that bought the resale of the Calabasas, but people are going out and buying the Reebok Power Phases.
Yeah.
And it's like it's a thing now. Like it's I don't know how to say this without sounding shady, but it's like okay to wear Reeboks now, I guess, to some people. Like because before, I don't know, man, like people get clowned for wearing certain sneakers sometimes, depending on where you are or who you live or what kind of people you grew up with. And like, so if you wore Feelers or Reebok, it was kind of like, oh, okay, you rocking with Skechers too, homie. You know what I mean? So, but now it's just like, I guess it's okay to wear Reeboks
because of the Calabasas.
Because of the Calabasas.
Well, have you guys heard about the Reebok Alien Stompers? The ones that came out last year, and then the ones are bringing out again this year.
The Alien Stompers. What is that?
They're from. I actually did a review on them, so if you guys haven't seen that review, make sure to check it out. But,
in the description.
But I should put that in the description. Actually, no. No, but so these are shoes that were in the movie Alien, and there was a high top version and a low top version. The high top, they both dropped last year, like true to the movie. And they let me see if I can find a picture of them. They the high top sells for like $700. It retailed for like $200, $300.
What?
Yeah, no, I don't understand it. And then the low top version, which is the one that I had, I bought for like $150, and then I did the review and then resold them for like $350. And the thing is, there's like I had no idea these shoes were even going to resell. I genuinely got them to see if I would even like them, with the intentions like if I didn't like them, I would return them. But there was some weird hype behind them. And I think again when they re-released the two different colorways, I think there's a yellow one coming out and then a black one. I think those will have at least some resale behind them. Let me see if I can find them.
I think I saw pictures too when they came out 2016.
Yep.
I think I did. I think they were kind of tall and kind of like ugly.
Yeah, exactly.
I think if I remember correctly. And they're coming out again this year?
In two colorways this time. So the previous ones were true to the movie, where it was like the gray, the white, and the orange. And then the new ones, there's one, and they're both only low tops coming out this year. There's a yellow pair with that has like the caution stripes on it. It's like yellow, black, and it looks really weird. And then I think there's like a triple black or some sort of version coming out later on.
I'll look at it. What is it called?
Oh, I found him. So here is the one that's coming out this year. Let me screen share really quickly if I can get this stupid window open. My internet is being so slow today. I don't get it. I do not understand. Okay, here is the. So this, I'm sorry, I'm trying to open up this window to make it bigger, but here is the pairs that are coming out in, I believe, June or July, if this ever loads.
What's the original?
Here we go. These are the pairs coming out in June or July. I think, I'm not sure if they come in a pack or if you buy them separately, but
that's them. Some straight up hazard.
Damn taxi.
Yeah, right? It's and then the pairs that, so this is the tall pair that came out last year.
No.
What the hell is that?
And then this is the pair that actually I own.
Those aren't bad.
They're not great.
Those aren't bad.
Like I wouldn't like those. Like all right.
they're not great. Let's be honest.
They're
not bad. I wouldn't wear them, but they're not bad.
Well, if it was
I could see like a 4-year-old kid in the playground. What's up?
Right. Yeah. Yeah. Exactly. But if I had saw that movie, saw those sneakers, and realized that they were coming out, I would have bought them just for nostalgia purpose, hanging on my wall or something. But
totally. Yeah, like if you were a big Alien movie fan, these would be
exactly.
Yep.
That would be. Yep. We here. I got you.
Well, we've still got a couple more things to talk about, but while we're doing that, if you guys have any questions for Clint or any of us, make sure to drop those in the comments, and we'll try and get to them in a couple minutes.
Yes. And remember that donations are not necessary, but if you do donate, your question will most definitely be asked.
It'll go towards a pair of V1s too, right?
Yeah.
Help fund my V1s. Donate.
Hook them up.
Help
Hook them up.
fund my V1.
So it needs about $2,000 for that pair of turtle doves that he wants. Too easy.
Oh man.
All right. So we have a question for you, Clint, actually. What do you think of the term hype beast, and do you consider yourself one?
Hype beast.
Hype beast.
Okay, am I a hype beast? I don't own Supreme. I don't own Bape. I don't own any kind of fashion clothes. I wear $15 t-shirts and clearance rack shorts. I don't dress trendy because I don't care. I'm 36. When I was 20, I didn't dress trendy. Shoe wise, I pass on a lot of shoes. Um, about the only hype beastie shoes I like are the Yeezys. But am I a hype beast? Everybody's a hype beast to an extent,
Totally.
at least a percentage. People who say they aren't, a little bit they are.
Yeah, exactly. Everyone's a hype beast.
Yeah.
I'm a hype beast towards maybe just a certain amount of shoes, but towards clothing, look, I'm not.
So you're saying you're an OG hipster.
I look like a
Those
redneck
vintage
from
tees.
Indiana, and that's what I am,
Yeah.
Fair enough.
Definitely. No
Pretty
reason
much.
to front.
So what do you think of the term hype beast though? Do you consider it like a derogatory term, I guess?
No. Hype beast just means somebody who loves the culture of looking popular in terms of what
Everybody
is
else.
established by celebrities, and it's not a bad thing. I mean, if hype beast could be any kind of trend, let's say people who collected, let's say, Beanie Babies 15 years ago, there were some people out there who hype beasted for certain kinds of those stupid dolls. Like they were hype beasts. Like my sister, she had some kind of a purple beanie bear, and it was just like she had like 3 of them, and just hype beast them and waited in lines to get them.
Oh wow!
And like that was a hype beast for those stupid little plush dolls. So hype beast is like, let's say if you're passionate about the Boston Celtics, I mean, you're hyped about them, you love them. Your little man 3 is like the thing. I mean, you're a hype beast for the Boston Celtics or for basketball.
I'm sorry.
So,
I think I had some friction in my headphones.
You had some feedback.
You said the big 3, right?
The little man 3, correct? And the almost Bulls from the '90s. But hype beast is anything to do with what you love and what you collect and what you like. So it's not bad.
Yeah.
If that sums up my definition of what is a hype beast, am I a hype beast? Certain things, yes. Like I'm a huge Cubs fan. I love baseball. Huge Cubs fan. And I'm a hype beast for baseball. Like I love baseball. That's my sport. It's always been that sport since I was a small child. I'm a hype beast for baseball. So I'm a hype beast.
I feel like I'm a hype beast. I feel like I'm a hype beast with an opinion. You know what I mean? Because a lot of people be like, "Oh, it's hype. I'm buying it. Whatever." I still like hype stuff, especially when there's so much hype around something. It's like, all right, I want to check it out. I want to see what all the hype's about. But I don't like everything that's hype. I can look at something a lot of times and be like, "Oh yeah, nah, that's just not for me." You know what I mean? So I definitely buy a lot of hype stuff, or I'm into a lot of hype stuff, but I still have my opinion on it, and I will still not buy it just because I don't like it.
Mm-hmm.
I agree with that. I mean, like I said before, we're all hype beasts. If you collect anything, you're hyped about it. So
anything.
Exactly. So why don't we take some of these comments? I saw where was it?
Who got the questions, baby?
I got the questions, baby. I lost it. Okay, here we go. Kangaroo792005 says, "What confirmed sneakers so far are you guys looking forward to in 2017?"
In the 2000, oh man, all of the Jerry Lorenzo Vans.
How about you, Clint?
Beast.
For 2017, honestly, right now, only one I'm wanting isn't until next year. The Black Cement 3s.
Oh yeah,
that are coming out. Like that's the only shoe that's
cheating.
But
I
gotta have 3 or 4 pairs. Period. But for 2017, there's really no shoe that's on my list of I have to get ride or die no matter what. Honestly, at this point at least. So I know that's kind of boring to say that, but
Wait, no, we need to go back a little bit. Did you say 3 or 4 pairs?
Well, yeah, I mean, 1 to rock and 2 or 3 to stock for the next 10 years.
Jesus Christ.
I mean, but if you love that shoe, I mean, that's not all shoes, you know. I mean, like they released the Flu Game 12s last year. I only bought 2 pairs, and then they released like the Bread ones, and I only bought 1 pair because I didn't really want 4 pairs of those because it's not a shoe that I love to where I want to have a pair no matter what for the next decade.
Yeah, I get you.
So it's only certain pairs where I'll buy 2, 3, 4. Like the most I ever bought was 5, I think.
Jesus Christ.
Not to resell, but to actually to own.
Just to own,
you know.
Oh yeah.
Only sneakers I've ever done that with in my entire life was Air Force Ones. I just bought so many pairs of the Air Force Ones.
Were you one of those people that as soon as you like scuffed up your pair, would you get a new pair?
Dude, I would cut socks in half, stuff it in the top of my so it would increase when I walk, and I still walk like a duck, so I could increase my shoes.
Did you call them up tempos, or were they always Air Force Ones for you?
It was Air Force
Ones.
Ones.
I'm sorry, not up tempos. I meant uptowns.
No, we didn't. Uptown's a New York thing, right?
I think so. You know, honestly, I didn't even. Back when I was doing customs years ago, someone was like, "Yo, can you customize a pair of up tempos or I keep saying
Uptowns?
That of uptowns for me?" And I was like, "What the fuck are you talking about? I have no idea what that is."
We always call them Air Force Ones. That
makes sense. Well, why don't we take another comment? Dub, do you want to pick one?
Well, James 4 says, "What's on feet?"
Seth's wearing Birkenstocks on their desk. I don't actually own any. FYI. I would though if they weren't so fucking expensive. I'm sorry, excuse me. I shouldn't say the hard F. If they weren't so expensive. Oh, you're wearing the sample.
Always and forever. These are like the greatest things to rock around the crib. Always and forever. Get yourself
what you got on, Clint?
Uncaged Ultra Boost.
Ooh.
Comfort.
Very nice. And because I knew people were gonna freaking ask this in the comments, because the last couple ones that people asked this, I was just in bare feet. I just kept on the shoes I was wearing today, just the Yeezys. These guys.
Speaking of, I don't know how this just popped in my head, but the New Love ones, mid ones came out. Did you guys see those? You guys interested in those at all?
No,
not really.
No.
Oh man, whoa, my God, you're killing me, dude.
Why do people want those for? I mean, it's just
I love them. Let me tell you why. Because when I was first getting into like actually buying sneakers and Jordans and stuff like that, before I even bought my own personal pair for myself, the Old Love New Love pack came out, and like almost everybody was getting them. So back then I was hypebeast, and I was like, dude, I want those so bad. But I didn't have no job, I didn't have no money, so I couldn't. So I just had to watch everybody else get these sneakers. So I've never owned them ever in my life. So I would love to just like fulfill 16-year-old me's life dream of getting a pair of those. I love it.
Oh man. Someone else asked, and I think this is an interesting question, especially for you, Clint, because you really love your Ultra Boosts, and I do too. Ultra Boosts are probably my favorite silhouette. But someone was asking in the comments, let me see if I can find the exact comment just to shout them out. Well, basically the question was, I'll find it and let you know who said it, but they said, should they wait for the Ultra Boost 4.0 or grab a 3.0 right now?
Grab that 3.0. It's a beautiful shoe, comfortable as hell. The priming on that shoe is so stretchable, but it hugs your foot perfectly to where it really, I guess, locks you down, but comfortably. And don't wait for 4.0. Get the 3s and buy them.
That's
why wait? Grab a sneaker.
Exactly. Oh, the person who had that comment was Youssef Binzaber, I believe. I'm sorry if I'm butchering your name. But no, I agree with you. I think what I didn't expect to happen when the 2.0s came out was that the 1.0s just stopped being produced. And the 1.0 was probably my favorite. Aesthetically, the 1.0 is my favorite Ultra Boost. Comfort-wise, the 3.0 is my favorite Ultra Boost. I don't really care for the 2.0s too much.
Whack, dude.
Yeah, I have one pair, but that's it.
I'd wear them to the gym.
Yeah, they but the thing is with that is the 4.0. Because the 4.0 seems to have that prime knit pattern that the XR1s have, that sort of linear, or that also the R2s had, that sort of weird, like almost like dashed line pattern, which I don't like that much. And it's just way too big and bold for the shoe. So I actually don't really love the 4.0s. So I would definitely go 3.0s. And exactly like you said, Clint, like buy as many as you can, because once they stop making them, they're done. They're never going to retro those.
They're gone.
I think the triple black 1.0s were like an exception. Like I think that was just because they had been teasing them for so long and they had been planning to make them, and for whatever reason they just hadn't come out. But I mean, you're not gonna be able to get any more 1.0s. There's a couple navy 2.0s that are restocking, and then of course there was a multicolored My Adidas. But I think the 2.0s are pretty much done. It's unfortunate, but
okay, Matthew Abello has been asking this question like 1,000 times, so I'm trying to find the question in it. So he wants to know, do you think when the V3s come out, the V1s and 750s go up in resale? I feel like it's all those all the old Yeezys go up as time passes on anyways.
yeah.
So I don't know if it matters what the new ones come. Just like the more time that passes, that and then the harder they are to get, the value will go up if you're looking to sell or whatever you're trying to do, buddy. That's just how I feel.
Right. No, I agree with you on that. Also, Clint, do you know, are they not making 750s anymore? Is that done?
I don't know. I've learned that myself because it's been a while. They've only come out with like 4 colorways.
Yeah.
And the first Yeezy that came out was a 750, that all gray pair. So it was the first one that came out, and that was
2015 Valentine's Day.
So it's over 2 years and 4 pairs. So it's, I mean, is it done, or are they going to come out with the version 2? Which I hope they do, because I wasn't a huge fan of the version 1s.
No, my thing with the 750s, you definitely can't wear them too often. But I really like having just the one pair, just because it's kind of cool to break out for certain events. And I actually, funny story, I had the original 750s. I won them on the Confirmed app, like when they did that special release in New York City. But I could only get them in a size 13. Which, I mean, well, if I had known you at the time, I could have helped you out with that one. But I ended up selling them for like $750 at Flight Club, because no one knew, because it was the first Adidas Yeezy, so no one knew what the price was going to be after the Nike Yeezys. And then a week later, when they did the worldwide release, and everyone realized they were so limited, because in New York, honestly, like there was a couple thousand people on the Confirmed app, so anybody who really wanted a pair could maybe not their size, but they could easily get a pair. I had a friend that had, I think it was 13 of his relatives download the app and do it. And he ended up hitting on 8 of them, which is crazy. Because there was, like I said, there was not as many people going for them in New York. So I thought it was easy to get, and that's why I was willing to sell them so quickly. Then, 2 weeks later, the price jumps. And then now, the original 750s are crazy pricey, which sucks.
We got any more good questions in here?
There was one that I really liked. Where was it?
Ask away, you guys. Ask away.
Abdullah Bilwani asks, you can have an unlimited supply of any 4 sneakers, but you can't buy any other sneakers. What sneakers would you choose?
Is he talking about like silhouette? Like,
silhouettes, yeah. If you could have an unlimited supply, well, I mean, let's say colorway, right? So like you could have a couple. Clint, I'm assuming you're gonna have the Air Jordan 3 black cement in there, so you can have other Air Jordan 3s, but they'll count towards like.
Okay. Who's going? All right, Clint, you're the guest. You got to go first.
So you want 4 of the actual colorway or the silhouette?
That you can never buy any other sneakers. That's it.
Both. You can only have 4.
4 for the rest of my life.
That's it.
We got to go black cement 3s.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Jordan 11 Concords.
Nice.
Okay.
Now I got to go more towards comfort.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeezy Turtle Doves. And then number 4, let's just say comfort shoe, Ultra Boost Uncaged.
Nice.
Boom. That's my 4.
How about you, Dub?
I'm gonna say a pair of red and white Vans. They're Vans Authentics.
Nice.
Because those are staples to me. A pair of core black 3.0s.
Mm-hmm.
Because you gotta have that comfort.
You got to.
I'm gonna say the All-Star Jordan 1, because that's like my favorite Jordan 1 colorway.
Really?
And yeah, dude, that chameleon look is just beautiful to me.
It is nice.
I love it.
I can't. I mean, I like them, but there's something about it. Just seems like it almost seems gimmicky to me. But that's just me.
A gimmick? No,
They look good. Like, don't get me wrong, they do look good.
It's not a
I'm sorry, I
gimmick.
didn't
It's
catch
give me
you up.
more. Give me more. And ooh, wait, only 4?
Yeah.
Uh,
Do you have one more?
probably a pair of Sauconys. I'll say the Cushwacker Sauconys because they're comfortable and they look good, and there's a little bit of purple in there just to mess with Clint. 'Cause he don't wear purple.
Do you honestly think that this here could wear a purple shoe?
I would pay to see it. Pay
No.
to see it.
No, Keon, they don't make purple shoes in man size 13, man.
No, they don't make man size 13 purple. No.
That's one of my favorite. That's my favorite catchphrase of yours. I love it.
Man size 13.
Yep, love it. I
I'm
wish
signing
I
the
had bigger
petition.
feet. I guess
What about
for
you?
me, my I'd probably go with the Bread Jordan 1s. I would go with some iteration of the Crazy Explosives because they're a great basketball shoe, and especially if we're getting unlimited stock because the Crazy Explosives, the traction is great until it wears down, but it wears down so quick. So the Jordan 1 Bread, Crazy Explosive, probably an Ultra Boost, probably the Ultra Boost 1.0 3M because I love that shoe. And then I might go with either a Yeezy because I'd want something kind of hype in my collection, or I'd go with the Jordan Space Jam because it can go with suits. You can dress it up if you need to.
Wait, can I renege? Can I go back? I want to change my last one. I don't want Cushwackers. I want a pair of
you can change.
Yeezys. I want the Pirate Blacks.
That's fair. That's fair.
I didn't think about that.
We got another question. We got one from Sneaker Files. You guys will know more since you like Boost. But would you say the 3.0 Ultra Boost is the most comfortable from the line of Ultra Boost?
If he's talking about the Ultra Boost, the only ones I've ever owned is the 3.0 and the 1.0. And to be 100% honest with you, I don't remember what it was like to wear the 1.0 just because it was so long ago and I only wore them like maybe 2 or 3 times before I got rid of them. But I will say that the 3.0 is phenomenally comfortable. Like that is a sensationally comfortable shoe. But in my opinion, the EQT 9317 is a lot more comfortable than the 3.0 just because the amount of boost and bounce and arch it gives you is just, I like it as far as comfort goes a lot more than the 3.0.
How about you, Clint? What do you think? What's the most comfortable Ultra Boost? Also, while we're on that, 9317, your thoughts on that too?
Let's do 9317 first.
Okay.
I had 2 pairs, sold one for retail to a subscriber of mine on YouTube.
Nice.
My pair I wore 4 or 5 times, and I honestly didn't like them.
Really?
I have a wide foot and a high arch, and the 9317, like above your foot, there's like this line of fabric that squeezes.
Yeah.
And me being over, 150 pounds, let's say, whenever you walk on that, it's like it's actually not stable. It felt like I was going to roll my ankle or twist my ankle, or it didn't feel stable being over 150, 175 pounds. So
I think Hess had the same. When I watched Hess's video, and he was saying kind of like the same thing. He wasn't really digging like it
just wasn't stable.
Area.
So I sold them actually because I just didn't like them. I mean, aesthetically, it was a nice shoe, a lot of boost, but
Right.
Being a bigger type of person, I just didn't feel safe wearing that shoe, But of course, let's say if you're, $140,
Right.
it's probably good for you.
Yeah.
But with the Ultra Boost, I had the Ultra Boost 1.0, the triple whites. That's the only 1.0 that I had. I donated those to Goodwill a while back, trying to think comfort-wise. They were comfortable. They were awesome.
Right.
2.0 I never bought because I didn't like the pattern on the toe box. That
sucks, right? It's
thing.
I hate it.
Yeah.
I hate it.
I didn't like it, so I passed on all the 2.0s.
Right.
Then the 3.0s, I bought my first color was the navy blue ones. And man, I put those things on. It's like love at first sight.
For real.
So from my memory, the 1.0s that I did have, they were comfortable.
Right.
But I think the 3.0s feel better on foot, especially with the prime knit. The way it just feels and hugs your foot,
Yep.
but it hugs so softly that it feels like an angel's kissing your foot, pretty much.
An angel is kissing.
Angel is kissing your foot, man. Best way that I can say it.
Did you answer yet, Seth?
Well, I guess it's a very similar answer to both of you guys. I would say the 1.0, I like the look of it the best. I think it's definitely, it fits a lot tighter than 3.0. The 3.0, like it gets progressively looser. Like the 2.0, other than looks, I think fit-wise, it might be like the perfect fit for me. But I do prefer the comfort of the 3.0 because I like the softer, stretchier material. The 1.0, like I said, it looks the best, but there's something about getting your foot. Like I have a size 9 in the 3M 1.0s, and I have a size 9 in a couple different 3.0s, and there's a noticeable difference between the 1.0 and 3.0 because the 1.0s actually can be difficult to get on your foot. The 3.0, I mean, you can even do it without your hands. You just stick your foot in there. The ankle hole is just so much bigger on the 3.0s. I'm not sure why they did that, but you know.
All right. I think we should take one more question. And
One last question.
Clint, since you are our special guest, how about you go through and pick one? If you got the window open, you got it open?
I don't have it opened up.
Well, then we can.
I don't have it open.
Well, what, Clint? Why don't you? Is there anything you want to plug or anything you want to talk about? And while we're waiting for that last question to come in,
Anything I want to plug? Actually, today I actually thought about this when you talked about scamming. About an hour ago, maybe. I want to touch on a topic that I've never talked about. But as a YouTuber, you have to be careful of who you align yourself with, who you advocate for. Let's see. I think late last year, maybe early January, I had a company contact me. They were based out of Chicago. And what they did was they stored your shoes in a climate-controlled warehouse for a monthly fee. It was like $17 a month per shoe.
Whoa.
And they said, they wanted to have kind of like a place where you could safely and securely store your shoes if you're a collector, didn't want to wear them, but you wanted to have them safe. And I don't want to say the company's name, put them on blast, but I kind of asked them more, and they offered me $25 per video as a sponsor. I'm like, man, that's pretty good. Talking 4 videos a week, $400 a month. I thought about it. So I asked some more questions because, new company, I don't want to be a part of anything that I didn't want to advocate for. So I asked him, I said, hey, I'm 3 hours from Chicago. Can I come out to your warehouse to see your setup? He said, no, you can't come out. I said, what? No. I said, why? He said, well, we don't allow people to come here to see like how we store the shoes, like security wise. We don't want people to know where the cameras are, how to get in and like out of the building. And I was like, man, okay. If you want me, let's say if I was a customer to give you, let's say $300 a month to store 100 pairs of shoes, or more than that. Right. And if I want to, come and see my shoes, you're going to tell me no. He said, no. Here's how it works. We will, if you're doing a sneaker show and if you want all your Jordan 3s, we will ship them to you for free. I was like, but I'm so close that I'd feel more secure just to come and get them. He said, no, we don't do that. You can't come to the warehouse to actually see our business setup. So the red flags were just going off left and right. I was like, that just, if a person consigns, let's say $20,000 worth of shoes, that they can't come physically get their shoes if they want them, like, man, that's not cool. So contacted the gentleman back for like the 5th time and said, thank you for the offer of $25 per video. That was per video, to have like a 8-second ad, saying, not shop with, but consign your shoes to such and such. And
similar to what like hypebeast and people like that do, right? Something like that.
Yeah. So I said, I'm sorry, but at this time, I'm not really looking for a sponsor of your type. Good luck. And I cut ties. Right. And so I just wanted to give that out as a learning experience for myself, because the money seemed nice, but then common sense kicked in where I was like, man, this doesn't sound right.
Yeah.
So avoiding scams, most time it's just common sense, just to use your common sense, put the dollar signs to the side and think, would you personally use this service as a customer? And if you would not, why would you want to sell it to people who follow you and who trust you?
Yeah.
So
Exactly.
cut those ties.
Smart.
So that's my story of advice to people out there who are doing like YouTube or Twitter, anybody, be careful who you advocate for, because you never know. This company could have been legit. I don't know, but I didn't want to take the chance. So it just seemed kind of shady.
It'd be on your head. You got it.
Oh, yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
You'd be on gloves off saying,
I'm
trying to
off.
pay people.
Wait a minute now. I didn't really know, man.
I didn't.
I don't know.
Like, I didn't know they were scamming. You knew that you
That's the
couldn't
best
get
out.
your shoes in person. Yeah, I'm sorry, but
It was like, I don't know, man.
yeah.
But
So
Use
use your common sense.
You'd have Crody Glump helping you out with this. So why don't we take one last? You know what? I didn't want to go with this question, but like 4 people have asked it. You know which one I'm talking about, Dub?
yeah, I know which one you're talking about.
like
Everybody wants to know, where did you get your Red Rum Here's Johnny poster from?
Oh, that?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Talking date. Got that back in 1998.
Oh
Oh
my
my
goodness.
God.
Your memory.
Okay.
Okay. Back figures I need to remember.
Let me tell you guys back about in 1483 on July the 9th.
Okay, so I was a freshman in college at Vincennes University and lived off campus with like 3 friends and time of our lives. And in my room, VU had a sale, these huge ass posters, like, I don't know, this thing's like a 60 by 20 or something.
Mm-hmm.
And they were like $10. So I bought that big ass thing. And that thing has traveled with me from Vincennes, Indiana to Indianapolis. When I joined the Army, it went with me to Fort Benning, Georgia. It went with me to Fort Sill, Oklahoma, and came back here in Indiana. So it's been around the country, that poster.
Jesus
It does have some tears in it. It's been taped up, but that thing's been with me for almost 20 years.
That's awesome. I mean, to be fair, like it should have tears. It's old, and also, I mean, it's a poster of like someone busting through a door, so you'd expect it to have like a little wear and tear.
It's pretty badass.
That's pretty sick. I love it.
Yeah, it's awesome.
Love it.
Great.
Well, guys, it looks like that's pretty much all we got time for in the podcast. Thank you guys all for coming out. Huge thank you to Clint, the franchise Kicks, for coming on with us. If you guys have not subscribed to him, make sure to do so. His content is awesome. I've got links to his YouTube and his Twitter in the description below. We've a big thank you to Keon, finally being able to join us. He's the co-host of this show, and you guys, if you're not following him already, you got to do that. Again, links in the description. Thank you guys for all your questions. We really appreciate it. And this is Keon. This is the last one for 2 weeks, right?
Yeah, we're gonna be away for a little bit. So yeah, you guys, we're gonna be gone for 2 weeks, but we will be back, and we have a whole lineup of guests. So make sure you guys please return, come back. It'll be a lot of fun to come and kick it with us, talk some kicks with some of your favorite YouTubers, and yeah, dudes.
Yeah. Actually, you know what? If there's anybody you guys want to see, leave that comment. Actually, don't leave the comment in the chat, because the chat disappears after a little bit. Leave it on any of our previous videos, any of our previous podcast videos, or leave it as soon as we end this podcast and the actual comments come up, leave it there. But if there's anybody you guys want to see,
make a request. We can get almost anybody. So just make a request and we'll get them on the show.
Yep. But once again, thank you again, Clint. Really appreciate it, man.
Thank you very much for having me on the show tonight. It was fun. It was eventful. Awesome. And I'm out of beer, so I gotta get some more beer in me, man.
Yeah, man, I'm out of vodka, so.
Oh God, that's not good.
I'm out of Four Loko.
Oh God.
But that's it for us. We'll see you guys in 2 weeks.
Yep.
Peace.